Jenny McCarthy recalls asking a psychic if she'd marry Donnie Wahlberg after he was given her number, but didn't call for 2 weeks. After Wahlberg called, McCarthy revealed the pair went on their first date, and it was game over. Jenny McCarthy is looking back on her meet cute with husband Donnie Wahlberg. On the latest episode of Jenny Garth's I Choose Me podcast, the television personality, 52, recalled meeting the new kids on the block member, 55. During an appearance on Watch What Happens Live in 2012, we actually met on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen's show. He was the second guest in the second chair, and I'd never met him before, she shared. And I thought he was married, so I didn't really flirt with him. I was just like, oh, you're a really nice guy. Like, I had no idea. Andy Cohen was like, you gotta ask her out. It wasn't until 6 months later that Wahlberg appeared on McCarthy's VH1 talk show, The Jenny McCarthy Show, in March 2013. She recalled, so, I'm doing my homework. I'm like, okay, who is he dating? He's not dating anybody. Still wasn't thinking anything. Then he sat down and I started interviewing him, and I was like, wow. He's very smart. Oh, he's very funny. Oh, he's really cute, she recalled. And then the interview was supposed to be 9 minutes. It was 90. She added the pair had so much sparks and chemistry that everyone in the audience was like, oh my God. And then backstage, I'm like, I haven't given my number to a guy ever, she admitted. And I had my assistant run over there and be like, here's Jenny's number. So I'm like, I don't know how to do this. He wound up waiting for me in his dressing room to say goodbye, she continued. But I was so flushed like a little high school girl. My face was red, and I was like, I can't walk past him. I can't walk past him. I'm too scared. I'm too nervous, and I'm like, I just hope he calls me. Unfortunately, McCarthy had to wait longer than expected to hear from the Blue Bloods alum. 2 weeks go by, and he doesn't call me, she shared. He thought I just gave my phone number to everybody. That's why I didn't want to see him when I left, when really I was like a 12-year-old little girl, like all freaked out. So, he saw a commercial of me asking a psychic on my talk show if I'm going to marry Donnie Wahlberg. And the psychic was like, yeah, she recalled. And this is before we even went on a date, okay? But it was right after the episode, so he wound up calling me. We went on our first date, and then it was game over. Wahlberg proposed in April 2014, and the pair tied the knot in August of that year. Now, more than a decade later, McCarthy revealed how they kept the spark alive. One little tool that me and Donnie do to keep things on track, we do a lot of work on a relationship, is that we do this thing called questions sometimes, she shared. So it's like we're on a plane ride or we're taking a long drive. We're like, let's play questions. And questions will be maybe something in our mind that we didn't have time to really get into a topic. Or, is there anything I can do to improve this relationship? This is part of questions. Is there anything you're noticing that I can do, or that I'm not doing that would help you in our relationship? That is such a beautiful thing to ask because there is always something. So, for instance, one of the things that came up maybe a year ago when we were playing questions that Donnie implemented so beautifully, she said. I said I would love even more curiosity. Like, because sometimes when you're in a relationship for so long, you tend to not get as curious because you know all the answers to each other. It's you kind of like we always have that spark, she added. We always have that fire, but you tend to sometimes lose a little bit of the curiosity.